What's up, Westport? My name is Juan and you're watching The Report. Today's date is Friday, March 8th. It's the last day before we go on our break and I hope all of you enjoy it. Just make sure to set your calendars from Tuesday the 19th when we come back. Also, while you're on break, you may want to read a book so you can be entered in the Spring into Reading contest going on in the Media Center. All you have to do is read at least one book over the break and submit it to the library during the first week to get a chance to spin the prize wheel. Plus, the top reader in each grade level will receive a special goodie bag. So if you got some downtime over the break, make sure to grab a book. When we're back on Tuesday the 19th, it will mark the start of the final quarter of the school year. So don't give up yet, you still have 9 weeks left. Tutoring is still available after school, Monday through Thursday from 3:40 to 5 p.m. If you can't make it to the after school tutoring program, it's whether you have work or you have a busy schedule, you'll be able to get help online. All you have to do is go through the MCPS desktop and search after school virtual tutoring and click on the following links. Daylight saving time is the Sunday of March 10th, so don't forget to wind your clocks forward an hour. Now, I know we're going forward on that Sunday, but let's get back to last week where a lot of stuff went down for our clubs and programs. To start with, our chorus groups traveled to Spring Hill on Saturday for the MPAs and brought home excellent and superior ratings. Let's give them a big round of applause. Also, the band program helped the symphonic band MPAs last Thursday, Friday, and Saturday here at Westport. And with that, they received superiors by every judge for their performance, specifically superiors in sight reading and superior in student conductor. Huge congratulations to them and their hard work. Another shout out from last week is our FFA program for their huge success in the Southern Eastern Youth Fair. They've raised and shown horses, swine, steer, and chickens, and much more. Make sure to give them a big round of applause to those involved and if you see them around. In other news, our MCAA Art is running a virtual art auction going from now until March 27th. If you're interested, scan the QR code on screen. Also, from Art, thank you to everyone who showed up to the senior art show last week. We greatly appreciate you coming out to see all the amazing pieces that are on display. And speaking of seniors, graduation practice will be on Friday, May 24th at 9 a.m. at the World Equestrian Center. Nas will obviously be there, so expect a little highlight reel to come out of the practice in the future. Also, seniors and junior prom tickets are still available. Tickets are selling at $80. So you can either follow the link or scan the QR code on screen. Remember, you need a GPA above a 2.0 and no current debt. Visit Ms. Gilliam in Building 7, Room 17 for guest forms or any questions that may arise. Also for prom king and queen nominations have been live all week, so if you haven't yet, make sure to go ahead and nominate who you think should be the next queen or king. Last but not least, we have one more announcement before we go. The Rock Band Originals is taking place March 22nd. More information will be announced next week. There's still more stuff that happened last week, but I've been talking for it a bit, and let's just take time to cut to our first segment of today, which is focused on Pokemon. Here's Hillary's video.
A couple of days ago, it was Pokemon's anniversary, and they announced Pokemon Z after 10 years of waiting, and also Gimmighoul to Pokemon Cafe. But we don't really care about that since it's Zygarde. I have to keep this short since I don't have a lot of time to make this video. As of late, Pokemon is starting to get more secretive about their upcoming plans for their games. So no new Pokemon yet, but since it is a Legends game, it will most likely be similar to their previous Legends game, Pokemon Arceus. But due to the ominous tweet from the official Nintendo English Twitter, it's said to be set in Lumio City, so it might look something like the Persona games, but with Pokemon, which may be a major boo since Pokemon fans are used to traveling city to city. Mega Evolution is back, which everyone loves. Now it's prediction time. Please know these are just my predictions. The most obvious prediction is Zygarde. Then Piplup is going to be the water starter. Then it will evolve into Napoleon Marengo Bonaparte. Also, one of the characters is going to get beheaded since it's French and Yveltal exists. Since it's probably going to be set in the past, it will most likely talk about the Pokémon War and the creation of the ultimate weapon. Maybe we will meet Easy again, but in the past. Okay, that's all. This video is super rush.
You know, I remember when I was younger and I gave this kid my entire Pokemon collection as a gift for their birthday, and now I deeply regret it. That's probably like $3,000 down the drain there. But anywho, going back to what happened last week, the student council represented Westport when they went to Panama City for their annual state conference. The reception was great, getting multiple comments regarding their professionalism and attitude for the event. But it wasn't just the students who got recognized for their professionalism and attitude, for as announced at the event by the Florida Association of Students Councils, our very own Ginger Cruz was awarded Principal of the Year in the entire state of Florida. So let's take a moment to congratulate and thank Ms. Cruz for all that she's done for us and our school. Now, if we learned a bit about Pokemon before, let's hear from Connor to learn a bit more about some real-world animals with this segment of Westport Geographic.
What's up, Wolfpack, and welcome back to the Westport Geographic, where I tell you about cool animals you probably don't know as well as you think you do. This week we've been having a few technical issues, so this episode's going to be a bit different from the usual. Now, I want you to close your eyes. Go on, really, do it. Now, I want you to imagine you're a venomous rattlesnake slithering through the sand. You'd have little to worry about being fairly high up on the food chain. You're just moving along, searching for your next source of food. Suddenly, from a distance, you see something. It should be running away. You're an extremely venomous snake, after all. So you keep going, until you look again. It's coming towards you. Faster, faster. You shake the rattle at the end of your body in warning, and coil up, preparing to strike. No matter how fast this thing is, it's not faster than you. You shake the rattle faster, it's getting closer. Bam! You strike, sinking your fangs into the unidentified animal. Venom is now coursing through its veins. It should be paralyzed. It isn't. Bam! You strike again. It bites you back? It wasn't faster than you, but it doesn't seem affected by your poison. Nor does it seem to care that you're feared across the animal kingdom. Suddenly, everything goes quiet. Nature has taken a seemingly unnatural course, but, like usual, the honey badger does not care. It simply takes a nap while the poison works its way through its system, only to get back up and continue on like normal. The honey badger was made famous by someone by no other name other than just Randall, and has been referred to as apathetic by the same person.
Now watch this. Look, a snake's up in the tree. Honey badger don't care.
Or that the honey badger is actually now a slang term in Australia and the likes for someone who displays an indifference to others' opinions. Its keen sense of smell, strong jaws, and sharp claws are all a recipe for disaster for any poor soul who dares cross this guy. These guys wake up and choose violence. They don't want peace, but they want problems. And it's said that honey badgers can famously be heard telling their young, if violence isn't the answer, you're not using enough of it. Coming in about the size of a small dog, or 9 to 11 inches, the honey badger can weigh anywhere from 13 to 30 pounds, making them the perfect size for someone looking for a bit of extra challenge in a game of football. The honey badger has been named by the Guinness Book of World Records as the most fearless animal in the world, getting their title from the full frontal assault they launch on anything that can fit in its stomach, and even some things that it can't. However, keeping in line with last week's episode on the peacock mantis shrimp, the naming convention is actually once again a lie. Honey badgers are not badgers at all, but they're actually closer to weasels, though they get the honey part of their name from them feeding on honeybee larvae. While they are perceived to love honey like bears, it is purely the larvae themselves they enjoy feasting on. These nasty little guys will gladly march into a nest of stinging bees, get bitten by a venomous snake, and sometimes are even seen murking crocodiles, though of course, for some reason they vastly seem to prefer the bee, and they'll go to great lengths to feast on one. And the craziest part is that they do it on their own too. They're always solo hunters, so they don't even have a numbers advantage. So it makes me think, why can they survive while others can't? Well, first off, their blood can actually develop an anti-venom from a special protein in their body called an alpha-macroglobulin, which easily dispatches the likes of snake venom, and bee stings are actually stopped by their obscenely thick hide. Unfortunately, this means that snake venom has evolved along with it to try to overpower it. It's like they're playing a constant game of honey badger and snake? That's probably a game in Australia or something, right? Their hide isn't just tough though, but it's also really loose, especially around the base of their neck, allowing them to turn around and attack even if they're being pinned down by something like a big cat. In some places, they're actually hunted for their hide, often along with their meat by humans, but this is actually more by farmers who've been economically and emotionally damaged by these fearless affronts to God. Seriously, I'm convinced these prison-striped weasels would travel through the 9 circles themselves just because they were hungry. They're kinda just like me for real. Sorry about that, I just had to. This week I went ahead and created a Google Forms link you can follow by scanning this QR code right here. And here you'll be able to vote on what you'd like me to cover in the next video, or even enter some of your own suggestions. To be able to vote, you'll need to be signed in with your Marion student's email address. So I'll be able to see everybody who does vote, so try to keep joking to a minimum, please. However, I'm interested in hearing what y'all want. Just like last time, I've been Connor, and you've been you, and this has been the Westport Geographic. See you next time.
Wow, I think this makes honey badgers my new favorite animal. All right, Westport, we made it to the end of today's report. Thank you all for watching, and remember, we're prompt, we're prepared, we're polite, we're productive. We are Westport. Have a good spring break.